Wow, look at the perennials. They're really starting to get into their stride. That lilac is getting a bit swamped at the moment, but it will soon grow above the perennial planting. And then look at that field. It looks amazing just from here. Wowzers. Got a nice bed at the front there, you can see that's empty. I've got plants ready to go in there. I just need a bit of a hand to pop those in. Look at that. And look from this side. Look at those poppies. Insane. Look at these. Now the beauty of planting these together is they will go over near enough at the same time. So you can reuse these beds for some of your really tender plants like zinnias, straw flowers, anything like that. By the time they're ready, China asters, by the time they're ready, this lot will all be finished. So you can clear the whole bed and replant it in one go. Look at the agrostemma. So this is the ocean pearl, and then next door we've got the sensation. Just adds that bit of colour. You just really need a little bit of colour, don't you? Oh, good Lord. Will you look at the snapdragons? That is amazing. So if you didn't grow this variety from our shop last year, make sure you put it on your list for this year, because look how early the flowers are in comparison. That's just bringing me so much joy. Over here I've got the clary sage. You can see Sweet Rocket in the background. Doesn't that look good? Again, a nice empty bed. I've got plants ready to fill that. This nigella is about to explode. So this is a blend, so you've got all different colours in here. So this bed has got our really tall plants in it. I can't actually remember seeing Sweet Rocket as tall as this. It's magnificent. And then next door we've got Amivisnaga, which we know is a little bit slower for the Animagus, and that's the reason we plant it, because we get flowers later when these are starting to go over, and they are all the way out the top of Neil's frames. Look at that. And then the cornflowers, they look incredible. So just the first few flowers coming through. Breezer are really making this bed, aren't they? Absolutely incredible. And we've got the mini butterflies all starting to come out now. The larkspur, this is the petite, and not a hint of staking, thank you very much. Despite all the rain, everything is looking pretty perfect. It's just been left to its own devices to get on with it. So we've got Breezer Maxima, which I think adds, it just makes all the difference. It just adds so much. You can see we've got Orlea, a bit of Sweet Rocket, but the star of the show really is the petite larkspur. But if I turn my camera around, you can see that the mini butterflies are just starting to come into their own. They're flowering a little bit later, which is just wonderful. Always something new coming up. Look at that. I cannot keep my eyes off it. It's one of those beds where you just can't believe how well it's turned out. You just keep coming back to stare at it. Really gone bananas on the snapdragons this year. I have never known them look so good. Well, the nigellas coming through, just every day, everything is just looking better and better and better. Lord, look at that foxglove. It's absolutely massive. I think there's a couple there. It's around an old tree stump. That looks incredible, doesn't it? I love it. Love it. Oh, the poppies have come out. That's brilliant. Lovely surprise. And look at all these buds. Absolutely spectacular. And you can see behind, I've got one empty bed there, so I want to get that one filled up pronto. And then it will look really good, won't it? I will also show you my shrubs. Give you a look at my shrubs. Look at those. Look at that. That is insane. Wow, that is so beautiful, isn't it? So these you can cut, believe it or not. I'll just stand here so you can see. I mean, for goodness sake, even if you didn't want to cut them, you'd want these in your garden, wouldn't you? The patio is also looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at these anemones. The stems are getting really big now, so they'll start to get really tall. Look how many stems we've got in there. Ridiculous. And then we've got the Ranunculus. They have not batted an eye with all of this rain. These are definitely going to be a mainstay of my patio spring pot collection every single year now. Look at the flowers. Just in a patio pot, ridiculous. Wow, doesn't this look pretty? It's all my patio pots. So I've got my anemones, I've got my salad. Look at those anemones. Gorgeous. And then I've got my Ranunculus, which have just been out in the lashing rain and the wind, and they are looking perfect. No stakes or anything, look at that. So this is Musa, which naturally grows a bit shorter, and these will be shorter because they're late winter started. But my goodness me, don't they look beautiful? Look how many flowers we've got. And in the background you can see the snapdragons and the larkspur. I am really pleased with these. Now bringing me so much joy. And over here in Neil's containers, oops, it's a bit breezy, I've got a whole mixture of all the different ranunculus types. So I'll remind you about all of these in the autumn when they're available in our shop again, and you can decide what you'd like to grow in your own gardens. I think these are going to have to be an essential part of my spring floral design for the garden.